The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Y'all ready for this?
Booyah! We are back. It is Wednesday, December 6th. I think we're counting down now to the end of the year, my man.
Yeah, a couple more weeks.
6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Another installment of Southern Nevada Sports News coming to you from WWDBTV.com. My name is Bill Miller, co-host along with
Jeff Belknap.
As you can see, we've got a studio full, and so it's going to be a great show. We're really looking forward to it. And we're going to just kind of get right into it. But first, how'd you do last week? You want to share that?
Yeah, I did all right. Yeah, there was
Just
it was. I didn't kill it, but I've been kind of phasing away from the football a little bit. You know, with the college ending up. So
yeah,
been focusing a little bit more on college basketball, which is actually my best sport. So.
Yeah. All right.
So far, I think 21-12 this year with the.
As long as you're winning on your bets, that's always a plus.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I had a good one yesterday with Marquette was my big play yesterday, and they covered, but I lost my other two, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
So.
Wow.
Luckily, I still made a little money because that was my bigger one. So.
Yeah, otherwise it can get awkward.
Yeah, especially in the house. When my wife asked me, how'd you do today?
Yeah, okay. Did all right.
Still got money in the account.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Good.
Well, as you can see, we've got a studio full of guests, and we're just going to introduce them right away. We are introducing to you one of these best-kept secrets now in the Valley, the Henderson Hawks ABA basketball team.
How's it going?
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Doing well.
And thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us at Southern Nevada Sports News. And I'd like for you to just introduce, starting with you.
All right. My name is Lorenzo Oliver, shooting guard, starting shooting guard, Henderson Hawks.
All right.
Yeah.
My name is Jackson Bandy, starting small forward for Henderson Hawks.
Okay.
And I'm Robert Foreman. I also started to play guard forward.
All right. And
I'm also the general manager of the team.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I got to get that in there.
Absolutely. It's good for the resume.
Yeah. Well, guys, again, thank you very much for coming in. And I'm going to get to the players, but I want to start with you, Robert.
Yes,
especially
sir.
Since you're the GM and kind
right.
of the head honcho right now. Tell us a bit about the Henderson Hawks, because first of all, I don't know if a lot of people here in the Vegas Valley know that there's a professional minor league basketball team here in town.
Yeah, we're fairly new. We just started last season in Henderson. We have been on several teams in the ABA in the past, but for Henderson, we just started last year.
Mm-hmm.
Wide open market. We want to bring a lot to the fans out there, to the youth out there. This has been a wonderful journey so far. Second season, last season was pretty well for us in the introduction, but for the most part, it's been pretty good to come in the second year. So it's been a roller coaster.
Nice.
All right. So how did you get involved with it?
Actually, me and Marcus, we're friends. We go back. We met probably 8 years ago.
And that would be Marcus Mooney?
Yes, he's the owner,
okay.
CEO of the company. One day I just went to a gym looking to play, and when he approached me, he had this big smile on his face, and he was just like, "Hey, do you play basketball?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, do you know players that play basketball?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know players that play basketball. Can you bring them to me?" Yes. And I'm guessing that's where the whole GM thing might have started back then, now that I think about it.
Okay.
Because I've always been recruiting players for him since then. And this was a dream of his years back.
Mm-hmm.
He eventually ended up coaching the team.
Okay.
For the ABA. And, we got some experience in that. And from there, it just worked out. He was like, you know what? Hey, I'm going to get my own franchise. Called me up, said he got it, asked me if I wanted to run it with him, be his general manager, and that's pretty much where we started. So it's been a nice journey with Marcus. We've been real good friends. We've gotten real close. Our families have gotten close. And doing business with him has been wonderful.
That's good.
That's excellent, man. That's excellent. Well, I think after he asked you like the first 4 or 5 questions and you ticked off yes, 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 then it was just like, all right, well, we need to, we need to do this.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And really, it's a dream to bring basketball to the Valley. Not only that, but to guys that need a second chance to play. You know, we all got different journeys, different stories.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So, myself, actually, you know, I didn't get to go to college like I wanted to. You know, I had some things happen. So this was an opportunity for me, you know, especially being a dad at that time, 25, wanting to get back into sports, you know what I'm saying, basketball, relive a dream. This was a wonderful opportunity for me to continue that dream, you know, and that's what we want to do for guys like Jack and Zoe.
Nice.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get to a couple of the players. All right, Lorenzo, you're my closest. So,
all right.
First, are you a local guy or?
Yeah, I'm local. I'm local.
Okay.
I'm local now. I'm originally from California. I'm Long Beach, California.
Long Beach,
native.
right. So where did you prep at in Long Beach?
As far as basketball,
or as far as high school?
As far as high school, I went to Pete Knight High School. That's a high school like near Palmdale, Lancaster area. Big. It's pretty big. I played with Paul George. Played with him for a couple of years. Yeah, he was all right. You know? He was all right.
Well,
you know,
a lot's happened since.
You know, I guess. You know. Yeah. You hear that, Paul? I got you. No, but yeah, it was an experience. You know, playing with a lot of those guys. You know, growing up, you know, the Nick Youngs of the world, James Harden, all those guys is always around the neighborhood, and playing with them. You know, I've always had the passion for the game. You know, playing Mexico tour, doing tour leagues, and doing combines and keeping myself in shape. You know, college was an experience for me. I had a interesting hamstring tear. You know, and I worked it back out, and you know, got myself to be able to play again. You know, and during that time, it kept me focused. And then moving out here, you know, I linked up with my buddy Rob and Jackson here, right, and they keep that passion going.
Okay.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Jackson. Yeah, they call you Jax.
Yeah, Jack.
Jack. All right, Jack. All right, so tell us a bit about yourself, man.
I'm from San Francisco. I was born in San Francisco, California, but I moved to Birmingham when I was like, say, 10. That's where I did all my ball playing in Alabama. I played 2 years in college in Napa Valley. That's in San Francisco.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I went to a 3-year at university, but my grades didn't transfer, so I ended up stopped playing after that.
Okay.
So then ever since then, I've just been working out, and then I met up with Rob and Zoe, and now I'm playing again.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So how long have you been in Las Vegas?
Going on 3 years.
3 years? How do you like the
I love
Valley?
It. I love it here. I love the people here.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you live in the Bay Area.
Well,
it's just easier, much easier to get around.
That's true.
Yeah, because I'm an LA kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you know, traffic here versus traffic there.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
But Vegas getting popular now, though.
Oh yeah. Well, it's nothing compared to.
Nothing compared.
Yeah. You're sitting in Long Beach and somebody tells you, yeah, why don't you meet me over in Van Nuys? You're like, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Right.
It's GU, geographically undesirable. That's where it was coined in SoCal. So how long have you been in Vegas?
I've been in Vegas about 3 years now. Also.
3 years also.
Yeah, 3 years. I'm definitely enjoying it. Being here, you know, I came here. They have a basketball run at UNLV, and that's where I had met my boy Jack right here, and we different periods of times we end up playing together with Rob. I played with Rob a couple times, and then somehow, some way, you know, we end up playing for another ABA team here. And we didn't even know each other, that we were on the same team. And then one day we looked at each other like, hey, we were all on the same team here. So that was interesting. All
right, how did that happen? Come on.
Well, you know what's crazy about that? Because all I heard from the coach of that team was, hey, you know, I'm bringing this guy in, high flyer, anything you throw up, he's gonna go get it. So I'm like, okay, all right. So our first time we get on the floor, I see him coming down baseline. I think I had like 2 people guarding me, and then I throw it up, and this brother does not go get it.
I look at him like,
so it was a turnover on my end. So that was my first experience being on the court with Zoe. So, but you know what? From there, I mean, we all kind of gelled, clicked, and it just worked out. You know, so our chemistry is marvelous together.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and you know, every one of us has a story.
Absolutely.
You know, and as to how we got, you know, to this point in time. You know, so and they are unique. in each way, shape, or form. So do you see the Henderson Hawks as that platform, to give young men that opportunity?
Yes,
Absolutely.
because especially just with the way that kids have been attracted to it. I actually work for the school system. I work for Matter Academy. I coach and I do intervention with the kids over there. And just the way, when they just hear like, oh, okay, you're a pro ball player, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just makes you that much more of a role model, and they flock to it, and, they want to be involved, you know what I'm saying, with what you're involved in. And they're so, like, in tuned, with your story, with your life, you know what I'm saying? And it feels like, to me, from what I see out of them, that it gives them more purpose, you know what I'm saying, that they can live their dreams. So it's been a wonderful journey, you know what I'm saying, with all of this. And I do believe that this is a platform. We actually have had a few guys last year, first season, we had a guy go to Argentina that played at Valley High School. Out here. He decided not to go to college. Marcus went, recruited him, came, played for us. When they had a good game in San Diego, dropped like 33 points. The guy from Argentina's out there. You know what? He's out there right now, playing.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
That's one journey. We got Mike Elliott that was actually here with us last time.
Yep,
he's on his way to India right now. So,
India?
Yes.
Okay.
He's going to be playing over there. So this is definitely a good platform for anybody that's interested in wanting to pursue their dream, or get back into it, or might have given up on it.
Right.
There's definitely an avenue for this.
Okay. And we're going to probably ask you this a few times. First of all, where are your games played at?
Right now we're playing at Marabella.
Okay.
That's for the Vegas Pro-Am.
Right.
We do have some road games scheduled for the rest of this year. First one's in San Diego. Currently, we are working on a venue to play our home games in, so we don't have any
literally currently, right now, he's at the meeting.
Right. But we do have road games for the ABA, the American Basketball Association.
Right.
But we are currently in the Vegas Pro-Am.
Okay.
Which those games will be on Thursday nights over at Marabella Community Center.
Okay, and where is that located at?
Jones and 95,
Jones
right off
and
the
95.
freeway.
Okay, well, that's pretty easy to find.
Yes.
All right. And so those are going to be from Thursday until
It's every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Yeah,
Every
but it's,
Thursday.
We got about 10 weeks.
Yeah,
10 weeks, about 10
10
weeks. 10 weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And,
So definitely check the website, though, because some of these games, like the game on Thursday is at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
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 They gave us a late one.
Yeah.
They killed us in the late game.
Yeah, they
definitely,
did.
definitely.
Okay.
So they'll be playing. There'll be other games playing before then. Is that how it
Yeah.
works? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, that's how it works.
So
Okay.
you can go down there and then you'll get in and watch some of those earlier games
yes.
too.
And it's free too.
Very,
also.
very competitive.
It's free.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
free.
That's
Okay.
very-
Right, so there
That's
you
my
have it.
price.
Right. So this is certainly family affordable.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Bring the
Family
kids.
affordable.
Come on
Yes.
down. Want to see some competitive basketball?
Yes.
So, and your website is the HendersonHawks.com?
Yes.
Okay. And are you on social media as
Yeah.
far as the club is concerned?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Facebook, and we're at Henderson Hawks on Instagram.
Yeah. At Henderson Hawks.
And I think there's Twitter actually, Hawks 702.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hawks.
Yeah.
Hawks 702.
But I'm not sure we still use that one.
Yeah, we
Okay.
do. It's still
We
on there.
do.
Yeah,
We still
on
I
there?
did see it.
Alright.
That's how I got a hold of Marcus.
He's done that.
he's-
He's done that homework right there. I see. I see.
He's a social guru.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I am completely
it's funny
inept
because
when it comes to that sort of thing.
I knew Marcus from a while ago. We did some other stuff together. Oddly enough, music. Because he was musically, did his little thing, and with some other guys that we both mutually know. And I just was like looking at your guys' page one day, and I'm like, wait a second, So I text him. I'm like, hey, what's going on? So he's like, oh man, I was gonna hit you up. And Bill and I owned a team that's similar to what you guys do, but a football team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it just was a fit, and he called me right away, and we've had some sit-downs. We had sit-down last year, and try to work out some things. So I like what you guys are doing, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, going forward, what do you see yourself? I'm just going to give you this a year from now. Where do you see yourself?
A year from now, I see myself somewhere over the water, overseas, somewhere like Barcelona, Spain. That's more so my speed. I feel like that type of game and environment is, best for me. I'm a fast, quick, agile guard, so they need those high flyers there.
Yeah.
And that can shoot that clutch ball. So absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Me overseas as well. I have a few people I've been talking to, like Mexico and China as well. So hopefully in the year I'll be over there.
Yeah. Well, certainly the China League is really high flying.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't think people really understand. I think people, when they see, maybe as a success as far as professional basketball, is the NBA, and then nothing. And there's a lot between, the NBA and the other leagues on a global basis.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the opportunity to be able to, go overseas and play ball and get paid. I mean,
That's always a perk. You know?
And then NBA,
if you guys need a personal assistant, let me know. I'll roll with you guys.
Okay.
Keep you out of trouble.
Yeah.
That's the job I always wanted, by the way. I want to work for an NBA player or an NFL player and just keep them out of trouble. So they go to the bar, they go to this. I'm the guy that takes them home. Make sure they get home safe.
Calls Uber.
I'll take care of them. Yeah.
But maybe we can talk, because my plans are I'm going D League.
Okay.
G League now.
G League now.
Yeah.
That's right. I actually was going to go to the last one that the Clippers was hosting in September. Didn't really feel I was ready for that at that time, but I would definitely be ready.
Do the Clippers have a G League team?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
They do.
NBA team as well.
Yes.
Well, I knew they had to by 2020, but I didn't know the Clippers actually landed one.
Caliente Clippers.
Caliente.
Caliente.
Okay.
Hopefully not Caliente, Nevada. There's like about 150 people to live out there, and the youth facility. That's about it.
Tough to draw. Yeah. That's your population.
So when is their next tryout, or how often do they hold them?
Those tryouts like September, October.
Okay.
But we have all kind of combines and different events that roll right through Las Vegas. So I have a few agents that I'm in contact with that is going to get me in the right camps to be able to perform in front of the people I need to perform in. So that's my goal. I like to train on the highest level. I was actually blessed to be able to train with somebody that used to work for the Utah Jazz. So, I mean, I know what it takes. It's just a matter of getting in there and doing it.
Absolutely.
So, speaking about, training, you guys work with a couple of places in town?
Yes. Phase 1 is one of them. I believe that's probably the number one spot.
Number one spot.
Hoop City.
Hoop City.
Hoop City.
That's another spot.
I like their little spot over there.
Yeah.
Very simple. Just got some basketball courts. That's it. You walk in there, it's like 2 full NBA courts, and then the other one's like just a
little small
court.
Yeah. Hoop City.
Hoop City.
Yeah. And the guy from there, the guy that's over there, he's from Detroit.
Yeah, real cool guy.
Yeah. Jerome. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of connections right there.
Oh, yeah.
You know a lot of people. So
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
connects with the right people. For
Yeah, Jeff's from the D. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All
pretty
right,
hardcore.
As soon as I got in there, we started talking. I was like, "Man, you're from back east, right?" Oh, he said, "Oh, Midwest." I was like, "All right, where?" And then he said Detroit, and I was like, "Oh, all right, that's where we go." So we had a really good conversation. We were trying to get some stuff going. Oddly enough, with the D League.
Okay.
And G League was still the D League at the time, and it just didn't pan out. So we were trying to actually see if we could set up a team in Vegas.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, the NBA actually shut it down because I think that they have plans for that 31st and 32nd franchise. And I think Vegas is definitely going to be on the radar.
It should be by now, especially with the new arena.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just move right on in and set up
We
shop.
got WNBA. We got WNBA coming next year.
WNBA is coming.
Well, I know
right.
some years back when Marcus coached that team, the Flames.
Yep.
The lady that brought that franchise out here from San Diego, that was her goal, because I guess she had inside information that the NBA was working on getting a franchise out here. So her plan with the ABA Flames is to get a big enough market in Vegas to possibly get the NBA to look her way. But, that didn't work out that way.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, I actually talked to the attorney for the NBA, and he basically told me I was wasting my time.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. All right.
So he made it really clear to me, like a real short conversation. So, yeah, that's the way it goes.
Don't quit your day job.
No, I'm not. But I don't quit my dreams either.
I absolutely agree with that.
You guys play ball. I try to run people to do stuff. I mean, I'm always out there trying to make moves, and Bill will tell you half the time he's like, dude, this guy's never quits. But all it takes is that one time, just like for you guys, that one opportunity.
That one opportunity.
Definitely.
Yeah, and to feel good about it too.
Absolutely.
At the same time, because you have to have that belief, in what you're doing. Are there any tryouts coming up? So, say somebody wants to, maybe play for the Henderson Hawks. How do they go about reaching you, or is it? Are there a set date for tryouts? Or?
We're actually done with tryouts for the moment.
Okay.
Whenever we do post it, we post it on the website and we post it on Facebook.
Okay.
So, but currently we're not recruiting players at the time for a tryout. But normally when we do that, it would be August, September.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Next year.
okay.
So I noticed the Raising Cane's hat. Are they sponsoring you guys?
Nah, I just.
Oh, okay.
I just like to eat
Yeah, I
that.
just love it.
All right, 'cause I'm about to say I'm looking at the website. You guys do have sponsorships opportunities. Justin, if you're listening to this, I'm going to tag you. This guy's supporting your organization here. You should be supporting theirs.
Yes.
He's a big fan of Vegas sports and does stuff with UNLV. And then John's over there with his girls going.
Different sponsorship. But we would be interested in hearing from you.
Yeah. If you're not in jail, isn't that
This
guy?
guy's, if he's out of jail now,
Yeah.
we would absolutely. Hey, we're open-minded here.
That's great. Okay, so the next 4 weeks, or is it even longer than that? It looks like about the next 8 weeks you're playing on Thursday nights.
Yes.
At Marabella Community Center, 95 and Jones. I'm going to come check you guys out. Last time I was out there, I took a bunch of photos of you guys, and it was a lot of fun. So,
Okay. Were you at the game out at Prep?
I did not go to Prep. It was at the one you guys had downtown, the
Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah,
the tournament that you guys had down there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good
okay.
time.
Yeah,
You guys
it
did
was
well.
pretty
You guys
good.
did
Oh,
well.
yeah, definitely.
Actually, you guys lost that game in overtime, and that was a little.
We were
that was-
actually just talking about
We were
that
just
game
talking about that.
outside. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, definitely. I'm gonna, round up my son. It's usually a day off for him on Thursdays too, and he likes hoops. So
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, that'll be
that'd be
nice.
great, yeah.
That'll be
Go down
nice.
there.
Bring him down.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not too far from you either.
no,
We
no.
also be starting clinics too for like training for kids if they want to learn the game. We'll also be doing training
Right,
camps.
yeah.
Okay.
That'll be posted to our Facebook page and also our Instagram. and stuff, so they
Absolutely,
can,
yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And how can folks, reach again the Henderson Hawks?
we're at HendersonHawks.com.
Okay,
And on Facebook, we're Henderson Hawks, and Instagram is at Henderson Hawks.
all right. Are you guys on social media?
Absolutely,
All right, you
absolutely.
want to shout out your personal handle?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm Zo Inspire. That is ZOINSPIRE. Let's try to inspire everyone I can. Absolutely.
All right, Jackson.
Yes, I'm on Instagram, J6Bandy. Again, it's JAY, the number 6, and then my last name, Bandy, BANDY.
All right. About how much time do we have here, John, for our break? 3 minutes? All right, good.
Oh, good.
All right. One thing we always ask our guests, and this is our sort of a surprise question for everybody, and we hope you're NFL fans.
Okay.
Okay. All right. One guy looks down. One guy says okay. Your scenario, so we want a representative for the Super Bowl, upcoming Super Bowl, NFC team, AFC team, and then who's going to win it overall.
Okay.
All right. Who'd like to go first? Or do I have to pick somebody?
So I go first.
All right. There we go. That's what I'm
For
talking
NFC, I got the Eagles.
about. Eagle?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the AFC, I got the Patriots. You can never count out Tom Brady.
That's right. That's
and
true.
then also, Super Bowl, Tom Brady. You can't count him out of the Super Bowl.
All right.
Seen him last year.
So repeat.
Yeah.
All right. So repeat.
Repeat.
All right. Who's next?
I'm going with my Cowboys.
Oh, they
Really?
I got to do it. We going to go wild
Sneaking in there.
card. We'll
Okay.
go wild card.
Let me go down there and put some money on this long shot.
Yeah, you probably get some pretty good
I'm
odds
thinking
on that.
about doing it too, honestly. The odds is not too bad.
I could throw a
We
10
work
on
the
there
rest.
for 300 to 1 or
10?
something. If I can get $3,000 back, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, higher than that. But yeah, if we can get healthy, get all the pieces back right,
Right?
man, hey,
Okay.
put us in the wild card. We got a shot.
Okay, so AFC.
I'm liking the Steelers this year.
Yeah.
Steelers? Okay.
Yeah, Steelers.
And who'll win it all?
I'm going with the Steelers.
Thank you.
Okay.
I thought you were going to throw that Cowboys.
I started to. And look, we make a wild card. I'm gonna change it. But
There you
That's
go.
not a wild card. That's a crazy card.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. All right, my man, Lorenzo.
All right, so win it all.
No, let's start with NFC. AFC.
Oh, I just have to go with the whole ring. All right,
Whole
so
enchilada. Okay.
whole enchilada it is.
Who's it gonna be?
I could say the Steelers is nice.
Steelers.
Steelers is
Nice.
nice. I like the Steelers this year.
Who'll sneak in for the NFC? Nobody, because I'll say that nobody's mentioned this, but you go ahead. Who do you see for the NFC?
I can just. I'm not. I'm gonna just go ahead and go with the whole. I'm gonna just leave that one blank.
Leave it blank.
Leave that
Don't-
one blank. Definitely leave that one blank. But for the whole, maybe. We going with the Raiders here. We're gonna maybe see what the Raiders can do this year. Shout out to Las Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas Raiders.
Well, I can tell you the Raiders have really they're positioned themselves in just a bad division is basically what it boils down to. So they really have an opportunity. I mean, the Chiefs are running away with it, and then the door is open. So
yeah, you gotta look at it.
And I saw Amari Cooper pass the concussion stuff, so he's good to go for the Sunday.
Absolutely.
Well, gents, thank you so much again for taking time out of your schedule.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and folks, Henderson Hawks, right now they're this league that they're playing. I'm sorry, this is the
Las Vegas Invitational.
The Invitational.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be at the Marabella Center, and that's Jones in the 95.
Yes.
Yeah, and this will be Thursdays starting tomorrow night. Go to the website hendersonhawks.com for the times because they do fluctuate. Tomorrow night's game is actually at 10 p.m.
Yes, 10.
But it is free. Bring the kids, bring the family. Yeah, so it'll be a little sleepy tomorrow morning, maybe a little cranky, but exciting basketball.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
appreciate it.
All right.
We're going to take a quick break. Hang on. Take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by our NBA buddy down in Atlanta, Torrance Hall. This is Southern Nevada Sports News coming to you from WWDBTV.com. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Bob Allen with Bob Allen Golf. I want to invite you to the newest, most exciting golf store in Las Vegas. At Bob Allen Golf, we handle everything for your game. We have men and women's apparel, shoes, golf balls, tees, gloves. Most of all, we do custom fittings. We want to make sure that your game is at its top performance. We have 2 PGA professionals on staff. They'll be glad to walk you through the steps and the process to get that game exactly where you want to get it. Come on into Bob Allen Golf. Bob Allen Golf is located at 6415 South Fort Apache Road, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89148. Don't forget to visit us at boballengolf.com. And remember, at Bob Allen Golf, your game is in the bag.
Booyah! We are back. Time for round 2, the knockout round. Southern Nevada Sports News coming to you from WWDBTV.com. My name is Bill Miller, co-host along with
Jeff Belknap.
And with us on the line, our favorite man from the ATL, our NBA guru himself, Torrance Hall. Torrance, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brothers. How y'all doing out there today?
And
great.
Blessed and always glad to be here in one piece. And, of course, it's good to hear from you, man.
Great indeed. It's good to hear from you all. It's a good day to talk sports, you know?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. and of course, you know, the NBA is now starting to kind of heat up a little bit. I mean, it's still early in the season.
Yep.
True indeed. 25 games in.
Yeah, but, you know, it's almost a quarter of the way into the season now. And we're starting to kind of see, so the cream usually does start to kind of rise to the top. And
True.
And unfortunately, some teams appear that they are absolutely doomed, that they were doomed from the start.
Chicago Bulls.
And Phoenix Suns. And nothing is going to change on the horizon anytime soon. But let's start with, as always, your neck of the woods, the NBA East, the Eastern Conference. Go right ahead, man.
Well, I'll say right here in the East right now, it's just I have a few surprises in the East right now. And my first surprise is the 76ers. I say with 25 games in, I'm surprised they're ranked in at number 5 right now. Like I say, it's hypothetically if the playoffs started right now, they would be in the playoffs, and a certain team in the West Coast wouldn't. So, I mean, I think that's pretty good when you're healthy. You can do a lot. And one of my other team surprises are that the Celtics are still number 1 in the East. I'm still surprised they're still number 1. They have the best home record in the East, the best road record in the East, and they have the best defense in the East.
Well, they broke out with that. Was it 18 games?
Yeah. And
that'll do it for you. If you win, if you're in the first 25 games, you win 18 in a row. You should be on top.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, they look pretty tough right now. That's a team you're gonna be seeing around in the playoffs, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And of course Cleveland, which for some reason, by the 3rd week of the season, they had already written off. They were already talking about, no, looks like Cleveland's out of it. Let's start talking about Detroit. Let's start talking about Toronto. And then Cleveland put together a streak themselves, and now they find themselves second currently in the conference.
Yes.
And again, I thought it was all about nothing. I mean, it was, maybe it was just they didn't have anything to discuss on the morning, shows. So let's just talk about what's wrong with Cleveland and whose fault is it, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I'm still happy with the way that Detroit has come out, and not only 14-9 and fourth place in the East, but the second best record against the spread. So they're not only winning, but they're covering games. 8-2 at home. I like it. If Detroit's going to do anything, they can't have a losing record on the road. So they got to start winning those road games.
Yeah, you should be very happy with what Gundy's done. Van Gundy's done with that team.
Mm-hmm. I thought last year he was going to fire sale people, or the GM was going to fire sale people. So Dumars was held on to these guys, and they got a lot of young talent. So.
Is it the new Diggs?
I hope so. I mean, they're certainly not bringing Red Wings aren't bringing any fans in. So,
what happened there? I mean, it's listen. Usually the new arenas have that that new feel to the populace. They usually start selling out like the first season. You're usually sold out. Everybody wants to go there. Everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to be seen. And then, if the team is not doing well, by the second and third year, the attendance starts to kind of fall off. It's a little early for folks to be kind of cutting and running.
As far as the Red Wings go, I mean, there was something about going to Joe Louis Arena. I'd been there, 20, 30 times as a kid. And there's just something special about going to a game there. I haven't been to the Little Caesars Arena yet, so I don't know what it's like. But
that was Hockey Town, USA. Yeah. I mean, it was everybody knew the Joe.
Yeah.
The octopi hanging from the roof.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
No doubt about it. But you guys did see the Silver Dome? How they couldn't bring it down?
Couldn't bring it down.
That's right,
can't bring a good stadium down.
The funny thing is, the second time they tried to blow it up, only half of it fell down. So. That's Detroit strong, baby.
That's the way you do it.
D-Town in the building.
That's how they build in steel. That's Detroit steel.
Yes, Lord.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were talking about Phoenix as we move to the West. You were talking about Phoenix being one of the worst teams. They are actually have 9 wins, which literally almost puts them in an 8th spot as far as wins go.
They're only
as bad as they are. They're literally. I mean, the West is so much better as from the East as far as like the worst teams in a sense.
Yeah, maybe I was a bit
the West look real good right now.
Maybe I was a bit premature about Phoenix, but especially now that I realize that Sacramento and Dallas are actually
the worst.
The worst.
Yeah.
And which I can't understand why Dallas is where they're at.
Yeah.
Given the ownership. I mean, to me,
right?
Yeah, I would just think that he would just be absolutely embarrassed. Maybe he should stay off of Shark Tank and concentrate.
Yeah, I don't think he's investing the time. That was one of my teams that I was just disappointed in, like this year. As far as you would think, having a legend like Nowinski and other guys he's surrounded by, especially with Dennis Smith and Matthews, got some shooters out there, and just the organization, like you said itself, you would think that a team with that type of history, championship history, one championship, but still good playoff history,
Well, not this year. And you know what? They have 7 wins, and they're on a 2-game winning streak, if you can believe that.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 2-game win streak.
Yeah.
I see it,
Crazy.
Well, what they need to do is, win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 1. Just keep that up.
Yeah, just keep that.
That should catapult them into the playoffs.
Well, maybe they got their eye on somebody for a draft pick already, so they're trying to get into that lottery.
Well, let's hope that that's not the game plan. But Torrance, do you see any changes in the ATL for the Hawks?
Eventually, we got to make some changes. I mean, when you just look at like you said, we're in the West Coast, but you look at the West Coast. I mean, everybody's over there has over 10 wins. And it's like superstars all in the West Coast. It's competitive. It's constant ball. And you go into the East Coast, and you like at the bottom of the barrel right now. So as an organization, maybe 3 years prior to this, was one of the best teams, had 5 All-Stars, and none of them play for your team now. You're 5-18. you should just, I mean, take a clear look in the mirror. Like, it's time for change. We got to get a superstar down here. We got to get. It ain't about just saying a big name, but a good quality players. Because you can have some big names, and you see where that can happen where it thunders sometimes.
Yeah, And but you're right. I mean, there were some familiar names when that team was rocking. They're just no longer there. And other teams have benefited from those players. Do you think it's time for the kiss the GM goodbye?
Well, I think they just switched GMs because I think they took the role from the coach, but I can't. I think you know what, GM has to go. Sometimes you try to be nice and it's too nice and it's to your detriment. Yeah. Something has to change. I'm kind of lost for words with them. I just, just respect them because that's my home team and I always ride with them. But it's a game that is hard to watch now. I'd rather watch some college games right now, just being real. And that's bad. It's from a fan standpoint, but
I sympathize with you. You're kind of preaching to the choir. Well, at least as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I'll always be a Laker fan, but I find it really tough to watch them.
I think what did it for me with the Lakers was when that fight broke out last week, and your boy Ball just literally just started walking the other direction.
He's my boy. Yeah, and now everybody that's a Laker hater, and Jeff is a bona fide, dyed-in-wool Laker hater.
That's right.
Proudly, I'm proud of it.
No,
makes no bones about it. But everybody comes to me and go, "What's up with your boy, Ball?"
I'm 8-10. I like the Lakers too, but I mean, I think Ball just probably tried to take the high road. But at the end of the day, you still got to get your teams back and the city on your back. Could have got you a few stripes.
He is a rookie. Not only is he a rookie, he's a 19-year-old rookie. Yeah. And give him time. This is a young team.
Well, he needs to put some weight on first of all. I mean, what's he weigh, 140?
He's got to beef up, and they'll get him.
Yeah, you got to hit the gym.
Yeah, they'll definitely get him there. He'll, but again, it's not just Ball and the Lakers. It's a very young team.
Yeah.
They got a lot of young players. They're good. They're decent though. You got Ingram, nice, and Kuzma. They decent.
Yeah, they might be good by about 2030.
Yeah, more like 2019. This team will be.
How old is it?
Yeah, they'll find their identity.
They'll be turning 40 when this team starts getting.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you guys want to switch? We got about 10, 15 minutes. You guys want to switch to the NFL?
Cool.
All right, cool. All right, so what we'll do is we'll talk a little bit about the games as we're going through, but I want to go through and pick some winners. So we're going to start out tomorrow night. They get the Atlanta in the ATL against the Saints, the surprising Saints. The running back Kamara, man, that guy's a beast over there in New Orleans.
Hey, he's a real game. He's a super hyper Darren Sproles upgraded.
Yeah, 2.0. He is absolutely, and he's making believers out of everybody. I mean, before you can kind of just say, he's a young guy, and he'll, we'll see.
He's dangerous.
He is becoming a bona fide threat, and the way they played against Carolina last, I think, honestly, I see the Saints winning this game.
Okay.
You never just know which Atlanta team is going to show up.
I'm going with the Saints as well. Who do you like, Torrance?
Well, I'm going to rise up every time, every occasion, any opponent. I agree that you never know what Atlanta team is going to get. I just know that this game is going to be one of those games that we got to snap back, So we're going to rise up. So
this is I hate to say it, but it is kind of a do or die game.
It is
for the Falcons to stay in that race, because conceivably there could be 3 teams that come out of the NFC South, and make the playoffs. For a division that really 3 or 4 years ago was the worst in football,
right?
It has now become one of the best.
Yeah, it wasn't like what the year before last, would have been 3 years ago. A team from with a losing record actually won that division.
Yeah. And then,
right.
It's frightening.
Yeah.
It was Carolina that year. They played us, and we both had the worst records. Yeah.
So the next game, this will be on Sunday. Probably going to be the coldest game of the day. They're estimating 27 degrees in Buffalo against the Colts. They don't have a spread up on this site. I don't know why, but I'm taking Buffalo either way.
Yeah. I would take Buffalo as well. I mean, the Colts, unfortunately, is just not a really good team.
Yeah.
And they have trouble stopping people.
Yeah. Oh, their defense is like wear red capes.
And I think that this is an opportunity for Buffalo to kind of get back in the hunt as far as things are concerned. I don't think they remotely have a chance of making the playoffs, but they could.
But they have something to play for, given that motive. They have to play a little hard. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So who do you like, Torrance?
I agree.
Buffalo?
Oh, I like Buffalo.
Okay. The next one is Chicago Bears at the Bengals. That Bengals in Pittsburgh game was one of the hardest hitting games that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. Well, it's that division, overall, that AFC, as Boom used to call it, the Norris division.
Yeah.
It's these teams loathe each other. I mean, they seriously cannot stand each other. It's not just Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. It's Cincinnati and Cleveland. It's Cincinnati and Baltimore, and Baltimore and Pittsburgh. And I have just never seen rivalries like that.
Yeah.
Great rivalries.
I mean, yeah. And and it used to hear guys like Ray Lewis used to say he always knew he was going to be limping on Monday after he played one of the AFC North teams. That was just a given.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna take the shocker. I'm actually gonna take the Bears in this game.
I concur that, man. I was gonna take the Bears, man. I just think they just tougher right now, man. The Bengals just all messed up, man.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the Bengals only because I think they are gonna eat a lot of this week for blowing that game against Pittsburgh.
Oh, they definitely blew it too.
True.
And I think that they've got to come back and and make something happen. So I'll go with Cincy on this one.
Okay, so next game we got the Chiefs at home against the Raiders. The Raiders at 6-6. Both teams at 6-6. This is a very important, pivotal game in the division.
The Raiders.
I like the Raiders. I think that they're on the upswing. I think the Chiefs, man, I can't even tell you, man. Started 5-0 and
6-6.
I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Just invited every team in that division to join them at the top.
There's a lot of opportunity there for them and the Chargers. Even to pull out that division. So.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Raiders as well.
Okay.
Right. Well, although I agree with you how the Raiders are definitely a team on the uprise and everything, I think that the Chiefs losing all those games, and blowing that 5-0 now to be 6-6, I think this is a game they will win. It's kind of tough to play in Arrowhead. I think if they lose this game, then it's pretty much over in a way. I think this, like the Falcons, a do or die game.
Yeah. Torrance, are you just thinking that inevitably they got to win one? Sunday might as well be Sunday?
No, I think, Kareem Hunt might wake back up,
Yep. Yeah.
Alex Smith could catch that groove. He might really manage the game and win it, All
right, so next game, Giants at home against the Cowboys. Dallas is laying 4 points. I really can't figure when Dallas is going to start playing well.
Yeah.
But the Giants are just pathetic at best.
I think that I'm taking the Cowboys only because they're playing the Giants.
Okay.
Cowboys all day.
Okay, so we got Dallas across the board.
Yeah.
Okay, next one, Lions against the Bucks.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm going with the Lions.
Yeah, I like Lions.
I don't like the Lions, but I'm going to take the Lions. My wife asked me if I wanted to go to a game this year, and this is actually the game I told her I wanted to go to, and we have to go to a wedding instead, but I'm not going to say anything about that. Okay, so Carolina Panthers at the 10-2 Vikings. Vikings arguably the best team in the NFC.
And their defense is just really kind of underrated right now.
Yep.
They're tough. They're tough.
Yeah, I think that I think the Saints kind of exposed Carolina. And I think that this is an opportunity for that Viking defense to step up. I'm going with the Vikings.
Okay, I'm taking Vikings as well. -2.5. I like laying the points in that as well.
Hey, you know what? They beat us last week because we didn't click right. But I tell you what, they got us beat them Panthers down, man. I'm going with the Vikings, man.
I wish
we need that division rival to lose. Need them to lose.
That's it.
All right, we got 2 minutes, so we got to kind of pick up the pace. We
got
49ers against the Texans. I'm going to take the 49ers again.
49ers.
Okay, then we got the New York Jets against the Broncos.
Jets.
Broncos at home.
Broncos gave up 39 last week.
Taking the Jets.
To Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's not looking that bad. Tennessee at Arizona. I think Arizona's kind of mailed it in. I'm gonna shoot them for Tennessee.
Tennessee.
And we got the Redskins and Chargers. Chargers. 6.
Chargers.
I'm gonna take the Chargers. Eagles against the Rams. Probably one of the best games in the NFC.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams.
I'm going with the Zodiac and the Rams.
I'm gonna take the Eagles to snap back on that one.
Herb.
And okay, so the next one we got Seattle and the Jaguars, both 8-4.
Woo! The Jaguars really, the way they lit up the Broncos last week.
Yep.
But honestly, I'm gonna go with Seattle. I think they're really starting to hit their stride, and nobody wants to play them in the playoffs in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with Miracle Wilson. Yep,
I'm with you. So we were talking about the Norris division. We got the Ravens, 7-5 Ravens, beat Detroit last week, embarrassingly, and against the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
I like Pittsburgh.
Okay, we're going Pittsburgh across the board.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, the Patriots against the hapless Dolphins.
Patriots, this one will be over by the second quarter.
Patriots
only minus 11.5. We got about, I don't know, maybe 30 more seconds.
Oh.
Army, Navy?
Navy.
I'm going under 51. I don't know who's going to win that game, but I'm going under. And then
Army.
You're going Army, okay.
All right.
So I know it's a few weeks away, but the playoff, who do you guys like? I'm taking Oklahoma in one game, and I'm taking Clemson to knock out Bama.
I'm taking Oklahoma and Clemson to knock off Bama.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I'm going
Go Dogs. Knock everybody out. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
What's up, Kirby? You smart.
That's right.
I know you didn't, Torrance.
All right, Torrance. We appreciate you coming on. We'll have you on again very shortly. You want to give a shout out to your new cooking business?
You can find me on Instagram at chefhog_specialties 79.
All right, man.
There you go.
Congratulations, man.
Hey, thank you very much. Thanks. I love to be on the show every time. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, man. And thank you very much, Torrance. And folks, thank you very much for tuning in this week. Look forward to being next Wednesday. It'll be December 13th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another installment of Southern Nevada Sports News coming to you from WWDBTV.com. Have a great week.
God bless.